Okay, so let's talk about a productivity system that's been around for centuries, but is, believe it or not, making this massive comeback right now. It's called the Commonplace Book. And if you've ever felt like your best ideas are just lost in the digital clutter, then you're going to want to stick around. This might just be the thing you've been looking for to finally get your thoughts organized. I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You have a brilliant thought in a meeting, you screenshot an inspiring quote, you hear a great idea on a podcast, and then poof, it all just disappears into this black hole of messy notes and random files, probably never to be seen again. Yeah, that's pretty much the classic symptom of modern information overload.
But what if I told you there's an elegant, time-tested answer to all that chaos? The Commonplace Book. The best way to think about it is like your own personal, curated encyclopedia. And this is key. It's not a diary for your feelings. It's a tool for your thoughts, a dedicated space to collect and, more importantly, connect the best bits of knowledge you come across.
Now look, this is not some new productivity hack from a tech blog. The Commonplace Book is a really powerful intellectual tradition. You could honestly call it the original second brain, and it's what some of history's greatest minds used to handle their version of information overload for centuries. And this idea, it goes way, way back. We're talking ancient Greece and Rome, where notes were basically external memory drives. But the whole practice just exploded during the 17th century Enlightenment. Why? Well, the printing press created its own information explosion. Sound familiar? That's when the philosopher John Locke stepped in and basically created the modern playbook for it. And this is the secret sauce, right here in what Locke said. It's not about hoarding information, it's about deliberate curation. See, the goal is to collect only the choice and excellent ideas, the insights that really, truly hit you. In a world that is just so full of noise, this is your filter. And his method? It was just brilliantly simple. So let's say you stumble upon a great quote about creativity. You just create that heading, write down the thought, and then, and this is the crucial part, you flip to the front of the book and add creativity and the page number to an index. Just like that. Every great thought is organized and you can find it again in seconds. And the list of people who used this method, it's just staggering. I mean, look at this. We're talking about some of the greatest thinkers in history. Philosophers, poets, novelists, you name it. They all used this exact system to spark their creativity and give structure to their most groundbreaking ideas. Historian Robert Darnton really hits the nail on the head here. What he's saying is that a Commonplace Book wasn't just some scrapbook. It actually changed the act of reading. It turned it from something passive into something active. By picking out, writing down, and organizing ideas, these thinkers were constantly trying to make sense of the world. They were, in a way, writing the book of their own understanding as they went.
Okay, so that was then, a tool for the giants of history. But how does that fit into our world today? Well, it's having a massive revival, but with a twist. It's shifting from being just a tool for scholars into something much more personal. And the contrast is pretty fascinating when you look at it side by side. Back then, these books were fuel for public work, for essays, speeches, and big arguments. Today, that use has really turned inward. They've become these amazing tools for things like mindfulness, reflection, and self-care. And the format has changed too, blending the physical with the digital.
And that simple, structured format, turns out it's perfect for modern self-care habits. Instead of just academic quotes, people are now filling their books with gratitudes, jotting down reflections from podcasts, and setting intentions for how they actually want to apply these new ideas to their lives. Which has led a lot of people to this best of both worlds approach. They use a physical notebook because, there's just something about writing by hand. It actually helps you remember things better. But then they use digital tools to get that powerful organization and instant searchability. YouTuber Ruby Granger just nails it with this quote. Your Commonplace Book really does become this living, breathing reflection of your own mind. It's not just a boring collection of other people's thoughts, it's a map of your own curiosity, your own intellectual journey. And this is where it gets really, really exciting. Because new technology, especially AI, isn't here to replace this ancient practice. Oh no, it's here to supercharge it, solving some of the biggest problems people have always had with pen and paper notes. So here's a problem writer Sara Vicente Berardi described that I think we can all relate to, right? We fill up these beautiful notebooks with amazing ideas and insights, but then what? The ideas are just stuck there, locked on the page. They're unstructured, they're disconnected, and if we're being honest, they're mostly unused. But now, check this out. With AI, you have this incredibly powerful workflow. You can just snap a photo of your journal page, an AI tool will transcribe it instantly and even organize it with headings for you. But it doesn't stop there. It can then analyze your notes, find themes, suggest new questions to think about, and literally turn your messy scribbles into useful, actionable knowledge. And the results? Well, this is what makes it a total game changer. All of a sudden, that pile of messy notes can be instantly distilled into the key takeaways. Your meeting notes can have all the action items pulled out into a to-do list. Your notes can even be rewritten into a polished summary, or you can find connections between ideas you wrote down months apart that you never would have spotted yourself. And this is the absolute key point. As Sarda Vicente Barreto figured out, AI is not just a glorified transcriber. It is a partner in your thinking process. It can look at your notes and ask you questions like, hey, you've quoted two different philosophers on the same topic here. How are their views actually differ? That's not just typing, that's genuine thinking support. So we've got this ancient practice, now supercharged with AI. Why does any of this matter right now in our crazy, hyper-connected world? What's the real takeaway here? Well, for starters, it creates this incredible, continuous loop of learning. You stop being just a passive consumer of information. You start actively engaging with it. You read, you write it down, you reflect on it, and that process embeds knowledge in a much deeper, more personal way. I absolutely love how the academic Adam Smith puts it. He calls it an active interventionalist practice. It means you're intervening in that endless fire hose of information. You're taking back control, consciously deciding what's important to you, and engaging with ideas on your own terms instead of just letting them wash over you. So when you boil it all down, in our world of endless, passive doom scrolling, the simple act of keeping a commonplace book is really an act of intellectual self-defense. It's how you reclaim your focus, it's how you cultivate deeper thinking, and it's how you find just a little bit of clarity in all the noise. And really, that's the challenge for all of us, isn't it? In a time when we can access literally everything, the question isn't about finding information anymore. It's about deciding what's truly valuable. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. What ideas are truly worth keeping?